Yes, people, welcome back to the Red Zone. I'm AJ, and this is all your Manchester United sports, entertainment, and news updates. This is the match reaction for yesterday's game against West Ham, which finished Man United 1, West Ham 0. We're going to talk about the performance, individual performances, the result, what it means, and also what we've got coming up next. So let's get into it. The first thing we have to say is it wasn't pretty on the eye at all, was it really? It's not what we've seen for the past 3-4 games. It was a bit reverting back to kind of the old style, I think. Yeah, not much control in the game, not much pressing. I don't know if that was part of Ten Hag's plan though, because obviously we brought Maguire back in. Maybe they're trying to compensate for the long ball over the top and thought we'll try and catch them. I don't know. I hope it was that. I hope it wasn't reverting back to the old way of playing, because nobody wants to see that shit, really, do they? But yeah, pressing game wasn't there. Like we say, even in the central of the park with Casemiro, didn't have a bad game, but there wasn't really as much control as we've seen in the last few games. So all in all, you have to say it's kind of a result that you just have to take, which you do have to take these results sometimes. Obviously, you can't smash teams every single game, can you? You're going to have to take these scrappy 1-0 wins. Sometimes they're going to be hard fought. Sometimes you're going to get a bit of luck, but you're going to have to take them. Over the last few years, Liverpool, City, I've seen them scrape games 1-0 and we're thinking, why did they have to just scrape that? Why couldn't the team get the goal? But you know what? They do well to scrape them wins, and that's what you have to do. And that's kind of what we done yesterday. You know what I mean? You have to take it. 3 points, you can't complain. It's not the best performance. It's not what we want to see every week. But 3 points is 3 points, you know what I mean? Like Vin Diesel says in Fast and Furious, don't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. So we just take it and we roll on, you know what I mean? Especially with Chelsea slipping up, Tottenham a bit further in front, they slipped up as well. But the main one was Chelsea. Chelsea slipping up. We had to obviously make our move and take them and get the 3 points, and that's what we've done. Maybe some of it as well is down to tiredness. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the players have been playing like every other 3 games a week sometimes, you know what I mean? Martinez battling, being a warrior as he was again, like he normally is. These men have been playing solid games, you know what I'm saying? Even with international breaks, Dalot been playing solid games for us. Most of the players have, do you know what I mean? So it could be that they're tired, but we're gonna get to see, aren't we? But we take the win anyway. Do you know what I mean? Rashford actually was one of the shining stars of the game. To be fair, like a lot of the players in the second half kind of dropped off and disappeared, and it's kind of going through the motions, making sure we didn't lose the game. But I have to say, Rashford was a little bit in that category, but he was still active. Do you know what I mean? He still had that buzz about him. The first half, he got the goal just before half time as well. Another header. I don't know if he's watching us. I don't know if he's watching other fans. But obviously, we've been cussing him for a long time about his heading, closing his eyes and hoping for the best. It's quite obvious to see he's been on the training ground, innit? Whether it's with Ronaldo, one of the greatest headers of all time, whether it's with Ten Hag, other people in the training camp, we don't know, but something's happening with him because his heading's becoming a lot better. Not only in the final third as well, when you see him dropping back towards the centre of the park, he's winning certain headers now. He's not winning them all, but he's winning certain ones. Whereas before, I used to see man didn't really jump. Half the time, he would just stand there, kind of wait for the second ball to drop off, see if he could pick it up then. So there's definitely been a change in his game, which is a positive. Change in his attitude, you can see he's playing with more of a smile, more freedom. Took the goal well. We have to big up Dalot as well, because I saw Dalot when the throw-in was down on the right. Casemiro was asking for the ball, saying, just give it to me, give it to me. And Dalot, I'm thinking, why is he not passing it to him? Obviously, then Dalot saw Eriksen move across. He's threw it to Eriksen, and Eriksen's put one peach of a cross on a sixpence. We were saying when we were watching the game, like, as bad as his headering is, like, you can't miss a header from there off a ball like that. Do you know what I mean? It was inch perfect, but fair play to Rashford. He finished it with a bullet header, top corner. You actually see him ride the defender as well, which means he's getting a bit more aggressive, which we want to see coming to his games. You know what I'm saying? Great cross from Ericsson. Dalot thinking we'll go on to Dalot now, because regardless of during the first 85 minutes, he's still doing his thing, he's still getting forward, he was still well positioned in defence, interchanging with the midfielders, so he still had a solid game. But when you picture into what he done in the last 5 minutes, oh my days, I think it was 2 or possibly 3 back post headers, what my man shouldn't have won. You want them to win, but realistically, players like Antonio, Rice, players like that, they're more favourite to win those headers. But no, he's got his head to them, 3 crucial headers and got it out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Fair play to him. Another player that must be working on the training ground on certain things, because one thing we were saying is his fair game going forward, but it's his defence positions that he struggles from, and they've been a lot better. Winning those headers just proved that his positioning was spot on. You have to mention De Gea as well. Two world-class saves in one game, but we've seen him do this. Do you know what I mean? His distribution's getting a little bit better as well, which is obviously a bonus. Another person who's been working on the training grounds. You can see Ten Hag's a beast, right man for the job, obviously. But those 2 saves, the one from the Rice whipped one wicked curling shot for about 22 yards, something like that. It's a good height for the keeper, but he still had to make the save, and it was full stretched and it was world class. Then you had the who was it? Kurt Zuma header, point blank range. It was literally past the hair, and he's obviously done his Dave saves moment again and just pulled it out. Top class goalkeeping. Obviously, there's questions that need to be answered there as well. His contract runs out in the summer. Are we going to offer him another contract? We've been hearing that he will get a contract offer, but it's going to be on reduced terms. Will he accept it? We're going to have to wait and see, but it's obviously that he can still do the things, you know what I mean? Whether we bring in a Diogo Costa, whether we bring in a Unai Simon, regardless, he still can do the business for the next 12 months, 2 years, you know what I mean? And you can work another keeper in, phasing him in and phasing De Gea out. But there's definitely questions to be asked, because you can't see a goalkeeper doing that and think that you have to just ship him off straight away and fuck him off out of the club. Especially when you see big man Henderson thinks he's fucking this and that, leaking more than a fucking tap out to the changing room what was going on, making it all about him, leaking goals left, right and centre. 5 yesterday against Arsenal, bottom of the league, conceded the most goals. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off, I don't want him at my club. I'd prefer when the loan's finished for them to just buy him, do you know what I'm saying? What else we got down there? One thing we'll say before we finish talking about the game is obviously when we said it could be Ten Hag's plan, and it might have been his plan because we got the goal, then it was a bit more conservative, and then the subs he made, he wasn't really trying to kill the game off. Do you know what I'm saying? He brought McFred on, solidified up the midfield. So that's another question to ask, but we'll see. And they could also be keeping all the energy or the master plan for Thursday night, and we're going to get into that now. So that's about that for the match reaction of Man United 1, West Ham 0. We'll take it 3 points. Sometimes you have to win scrappy, sometimes you have to get lucky, do you know what I mean? Moved up into 5th. We win our game in hand, we're up into 4th, tied 3rd on goal difference, so that's looking positive. We're still in the race for the top 4, and we look forward to Thursday night in the Europa League. Real Sociedad, it's a must-win game, and it's a must-win game by 2 goals. So they're obviously going to have to step up the game. They can't really go out there holding back, playing deeper. Even if Maguire is playing, he's going to have to step up. We're going to have to get back to what we've been doing the last few weeks, because to go to Spain and to win by 2 goals is not obviously an easy task, but we're capable of doing it. So that's Thursday night. We need to avoid the Champions League dropouts, get those 3 points, top the group. And then Sunday we are away at Aston Villa. I've got a few Aston Villa friends, so this should be an interesting one. Yeah, guys, so let us know what you thought of the performance, the results. Let us know what you thought of the video. Any shout outs you want, just drop it all in the comments below, yeah? Also, make sure you check out our Instagram page, which is down at the bottom of the screen. And make sure you give us a big like, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know when we upload a new video. And I want to say thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.